What an incredible arc you've had as Vanessa. What were
Yeah.
your thoughts when you first read her backstory, let alone how her demise would happen?
Her backstory, there was never a backstory given to me. I sort of created it myself. Um, picking up the pieces of what was, and I think there was most of that was explained to me was really at the beginning of season one of Born Again was like the business side of things, the port and all the taxes and the moving parts of what are they doing, because that was a little complicated to get at first. But anything else was more an evolution, I guess, a very slow evolution into understanding what's going on in the second part of the show, like in the Born Again. Who is she now after the show that was sort of ended a bunch of years back? Who am I inside this person again? There was a lot of questions about trust and how to approach the fact that the trust was broken on both sides, because this was like a big deal. It was like the deal of a century. That was the deal between them, trust for truth, truth for absolute trust. So when that was broken, I was really struggling at first. But it was I had an amazing team to work with, and Vincent is always the best partner on earth. So it worked.
And then seeing how she evolved for for episodes 4 and 5 of this season. What did you think when you saw those scripts?
Well, I knew where he was going. Actually, I kind of had a feeling already in season one when we had that scene in Poindexter. I was like, oh, there will be a price to pay for this. But I got a beautiful call from Dario and then from Sana and obviously from Vincent, telling me where the show is going, what's going on, and why they need such a grand explosion, like the biggest event to drive the story forward, which I completely understand. And so um, I I came into the season with understanding when it's going, but what I really, really loved was the fact that they really gave her like a nice farewell with a depth to it, sort of knowing that there's a thing she's done that's sitting on her, saying let's get away, and then realizing he's never gonna get away. He's always gonna continue searching and wanting more power and more control, which means that she's not enough in a sense. So that kind of breaks her heart, and I think through that crack, all the rest of it is coming in, the fear, the sensations, the being haunted, and then eventually deciding to take action and protect him over herself in a way,
Well, that scene in front of
which
the
is heroic in
painting.
in a beautiful way for Vanessa.
The scene at the art gallery is very telling, I think, where she's looking at the painting and trying to convince her boss that this is a painting that deserves. I think the smile on her face where she says, "Your call," says so much about Vanessa. What did they tell you about her feelings in that moment and what's going through her mind at that point?
I've questioned it when I received it, because there were a bunch of layers that I was debating, sort of what to hit, because on one hand we're playing the past, but it's really the present. This is not just a memory, it's also kind of who she is right now in a way. So we discussed that. I remember having that conversation with Sana, that I feel like this is it now rather than quite just not just the past. Um, and also I always knew that Vanessa understood what people want and kind of knew how to allow them to get there, thinking that they got themselves there. So, that sensation, that's kind of what I was going for to play with that sort of part of herself that was always there actually and just like came out more on his side. Um, but also there's a sensation that she really loves the white painting because it's not just him that relates to that on a personal level. She does too, because she is somewhat empty on the inside and she always needed someone like him to be on her side. So when he shows up and tells her what he tells them in the first scene ever that they're together in that gallery, he tells her exactly what she feels in a way. So it's immediate bond. And so it was really beautiful to end up on that.
I love the dichotomy of white with this couple,
Yeah.
maybe even just for Vanessa, because she's supposed to be maybe the angel on his shoulder,
Yeah.
and now she's sort of an angel up above, maybe question mark,
Yeah.
possibly.
Yeah. Yeah. Looks like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's always a beautiful way to where they're always in the frame in a very interesting way. And I was always also from the beginning all the way to the end, always very conscious of the composition of them as a couple or as people, and the structure and how they move together and so yeah, even the turn to the camera is like the last turn. It's very specific and the movement is very specific. The rhythm and the way it was shot and lit and even dressed was great.
Okay, so you're walking around set maybe with this thing attached to
Oh
your
yeah, yeah.
oh.
I was walking with it quite a while. Which, it's crazy because you think, how is it not getting out somehow? Somebody's going to take a picture of it and post it. But no, it was kept pretty tight. Um, Yeah. At first we put it somewhere else but I think Slick really wanted it to be revealed. He wanted the shock factor to be so sharp and emotional because of that. So in first it was like in the lower part where you can see it from the side of the camera, and then I had to go back and do it again, and then they redid it, and thank God they could, and the team did it really fast, and we came back and we did it in such a way where the camera couldn't see it. I think it was a really good call on his side.
What was the process of you standing in the ring and Vincent using the belt? Is that sort of watching the glass move in slow motion, put in post, and then the camera turns and you see it just right there?
Yeah.
What was it like filming that scene and sort of the process you went through to make sure that shot was hidden but so perfectly conveyed? He did such a great job with the cinematography and the direction of your eye where it goes.
Everything was really beautifully shot, I have to say. The camera crew was amazing, and Slick did a really beautiful job. I had a really beautiful conversation with him before we started to tell him where I think I am as in my character. I really wanted to know, so we can make sure that all the little um, uh, pivotal moments emotionally, spiritually for her character are being seen, shot, and which was very helpful. Um, but specifically in the ring, there were so many moving parts. There's like the running around, and then the crowd, and then us, and then the kiss. Um, it was I can tell you that the this probably was the kiss thing, kiss me. I don't think it was in the script. I think it was improvised and added, because I felt like we never really kissed on camera in such a way, and it sort of it needed to have like this lock, um, and that sort of really put like a very strong emotional drive to the whole
Yeah, I mean,
bit,
because she's not
almost
supposed
like
to
a
even be
goodbye
there.
already.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I think is a perfect
Yeah, it was
allude.
instinctual, and the way it happened very like intense because there was a crowd and cheering it. So it was like it was on fire, on set.
I
And
mean, in
then
that
the whole
moment,
action thing was really well done.
oh yeah. Because in that
Making
moment, viewers are thinking, okay, she's just sort of making him trying to kiss, kiss me. It's making you look more, like down to earth, humane, or whatever. And then in hindsight, you think, oh my gosh, does she know? Did she know? I mean,
I think yeah, the two
because
sides of the
Poindexter, she
coin.
knows it's
Exactly.
going to supposed to, she knows that this is going to draw him out. And
Yeah,
maybe she
exactly.
feels like this, like in hindsight, though, it's so perfectly Slick did a great job, and the
Yeah.
writers did a great job of not even putting you in that moment, just thinking this is a moment of her trying to, humanize for the people. And then you go back and you think, oh my
Oh.
gosh.
There's always two layers going on there. And also the gun there, she knows the gun is in her bag. And she's there on the stage with the gun. She prepared for it. She came ready. But I think she's also ready to take the bullet if anything happens. I think that's what she thinks. She does not expect a shard.
My goodness. I have to ask about working with Lily Taylor because watching her and Vincent, I'm sure, was like full
Ah,
circle masterpiece moment, not just for
masterpiece.
him and
I
her,
know.
but
Well,
watching the two of them interact.
the interaction between them behind the scenes and in the scenes is remarkable because they know each other so well and they have such a great respect. And she's brilliant, obviously. Funny, sharp, lots of stories. It was really fun to watch it, and get like a new aspect of his career right then and there, not just from stories. You could actually
Get the
see it.
outsider's perspective of
Yeah,
Vincent's
it's
life.
fun. It's a really fun day. Yeah.
Two wives looking after, their husband. There were so many powerful, incredible, intense, just heartbreaking moments this season. Was there one that was particularly a favorite for you to film? Maybe standing in the ring and doing the kiss is so powerful for you that it lingers with you even now.
I think the ring is really powerful and the kiss. Um, Again, I didn't realize it until later that it was like so needed because we never really had that moment as a couple. Um, and it was so right and so right for that moment. So that I'm very, very happy that we did that. And I really like the scene where I'm telling him that I'm about to go to see, I'm putting the gun in the bag, and he goes, "You're not coming." And then at the end of it, I'm saying to him, "Good luck," and feeling like I'm in a movie, like a 50s movies or 40s movie, because I always felt like they were like from that era.
Era.
Yeah, a little bit. Um, but it's also cheeky and like saying to him, "Well, there's no way I'm not coming, so." Good luck. You know, little things like that that I really like, and I really love the scene, the last scene, not just because of what I felt when Vanessa starts to lose memory, but also what he did to Vincent and seeing his performance. And I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm content
Good.
and
I,
filled with
you
joy
have
to
to
see
be.
it.
You have to be. I mean, this is just a chef's kiss good season for you, Eyelet.
Mhm.
Are there some
Yeah.
mementos you took from your time on the set besides your chair back?
I'm so stupid. I did not.
I would have taken the
I
white
should have
dress. That was a
stolen
gorgeous
so
white
much.
dress
I
for
should
you.
have stolen at least one outfit, and I know they're expensive. And once I'm done with them, they go into this bag with a number and into like
Right
safety
to
of
a
like a
warehouse.
vault somewhere. I don't know.
Climate
I
control
wish
warehouse.
I was a little more like rude and just like um uh I have they gave me like really amazing
Wrap gift.
photos and thank you
Oh,
notes and stuff like that from all our scenes together, like a beautiful collage, um, as a gift. Uh, what do I have? I took a napkin. Yes, I think I took the black napkin. That's all. I'm not a good thief. I should have taken more.
Well, at least she didn't rub off on you. I think that's a better idea.
Actually, true. Yeah. Yeah.
What did you personally then take away from your time working on Daredevil Born Again?
Well, I have a very good friend now. You know, Vincent became a really dear, close friend of me. I'll cherish the work we've done together. I'm sure we'll meet again somehow. Somehow, I don't know. Um, and it's been just a gift, a fun gift to I was not so aware of the comic world and the fans, and this had been such a tremendous experience to be on a show where the fans are so engaged and so they voice their opinions, and it's been fun on the other side of this to get that back, that feedback back. It's kind of fun. It's I'm not taking it for granted at all because I think the fan made the show and they kind of made it come back as well. So thank you guys.
Well, you are just spectacular. I'm sure you've heard it all day long, but you are just a sensation, a revelation in this series. And all of the comments that you've been receiving all day, you are so well deserving of it. I hope you know, because this season, especially, as I said, was just a testament to the beautiful work each of you and Vincent put into this relationship, you and Vincent put into this character, and just Ayelet's powerful acting is just.
Thank you. I'm
I'm
so
gushing a lot, but you have to know that every compliment you're going to receive today is well earned.
thank you. Thank you. It means a lot. It really does.
You deserve it. So